in the kirtan. It's a very easy way for going deeper in your spiritual practice, and there would be appropriate to pick this song, which is sung in many temples in the month of Kartik. It's actually a song sung by very advanced devotees of Vrindavan, of Lord Krishna, the gopis. They were separated and they were missing Krishna, and they were, so they composed this song. And as a part of, while they were singing this song, they were able to remember Krishna even more. And it's described in Srimad Bhagavatam that when they were singing this song, they felt presence of Krishna even more than him being physically present there. So through these songs, we can actually experience these spiritual realities. And that's why in many gatherings they sing kirtan, they sing these devotional songs, because not everyone can understand very deep advanced philosophy, but most people, they can relate with singing and dancing. So I hope you also like to sing and dance. And therefore we will be singing this song together. I don't know where the musicians disappeared, but you guys can come a little forward. So if some musicians come back, they can sit at the back. So the words will be on the screen. Those who are on chairs, you can turn around so you can see the words. We will be singing like line by line, and so I will sing once and everyone can follow. It's a very, very sweet tune and it's very easy to follow. So I hope as easy it sounds, I hope you will find it easy to follow. So we'll see. So as I said, this is a song sung by the gopis, Gopya Uchuhu. And this is actually given in Srimad Bhagavatam. How many of you have heard about Srimad Bhagavatam? Okay, I see a good number of hands. That's very nice. How many of you have read Srimad Bhagavatam? Those who raised their hands. Very nice. So, what about those who don't have? You can come and talk to me after the class. We can arrange it for you. All right. How are we? Okay. So I will sing once just so we have idea how the song goes, and then we can do call and response. Jayati tedhikam janmana vraja shyata indira shashvadatrahi. That's so nice. I'm surprised. You guys are doing better than me. So yeah, this is how it goes. So it's very easy to follow. And only thing I would say is this is a very meditative song. So forget about anything else that's going around. Or if you want, if you keep singing, you will forget about everything else outside. And it will become a very deep meditation. And after the song, we can discuss a little bit what it means. But in short, it's a song sung by someone who is missing their beloved, like a love song. If you have heard, maybe some people may have heard some broken heart songs. So this is what it is pretty much. But it gives even more deeper experiences and ecstasies to these devotees who were singing this. So let me see if I can put it on a PowerPoint. Okay, I guess I'll have to move it myself. All right, let's go. Jayati tedikam janmana vraja shata indira shashvadatrahi. Daitadrishatam dikshutavakas tvaidrita savas tvam vichinvate. Sharadudashaye sadhujat sat sarasijodara shimushadrisha. Suratnath te sulkdasika vardhanignato neha kim vadha. Vishjalapyayad vyalrakshashad varshamarutad vedyutanalat. Vrishamayatmajad vishvato bhayad rishabhate vayam rakshita muhu. Nakhalu gopika nandano bhavan akhila dehinam antaratmadrik. Vikhna sarthito vishvaguptaye sakha udevan satvatam kule. Virachita bhayam vrishnidhuryate charanam yusham samsritir bhayat. करसरोरुहं कान्तकामदं शिरसि देहिना श्रीकरग्रहम् व्रजजनार्तिहान् वीरयोषितां निजजनस्मया ध्वंसन स्मिता भज सखे भवत् किङ्करी स्मनो जलरुहाननं चारुदर्शया प्रणतदेहिनां पापकर्षणं तृणाचरानुगं श्रीनिकेतनम् फनिफनार्पितं ते पदाम्बुजं कृणुकुचेषु न कृन्धि हृष्यम् मधुरया गिरा वल्गुवाक्यया बुधमनोगया पुष्करेक्षणा विधिकरीरिमा वीरमुह्यतेर् अधरसिद्धुना प्यायस्वनाः तव कथामृतं तप्तजीवनं कविभिरीदितं कल्मषापहम् श्रवणमङ्गलं श्रीमदाततं भुवि गृह्णन्ति ये भूरिदा जना प्रहसितं प्रिया प्रेम वीक्षणं विहारणं च ते ध्यानमङ्गलम् रहसि संविदो या हृदि स्पृशा कुहकनो मना शोभयन्ति चलसि यद्व्रजाच् चारयन् पशून् नलिनसुन्दरं नाथ ते पदम्। शिलतृणाङ्कुराय सेदतीति न कलिलतं मना कान्त गच्छति। दिन परीक्षये नीलकुण्टलैर्वनरुहाननं बिभृद् आवृतम्। घनरजस्वलं दर्शयन् मुहुर्मनसि न स्मरन् वीरयच्छसि। प्रणतकामदं पद्मजार्चितं धरणिमण्डनं ध्येयमापदि। चरणपङ्कजं सन्तमं च ते रमणनास्तनेष्वर्पयादिहन्। सुरतवर्धनं शोकनाशनं स्वरितवेणुना शुष्टुचुम्बितम्। इतररागविस्मारणं नृणां वितरवीरनस्ते धरामृतम्। हतति यद्भवान् अहनिकाननं त्रुटियुगायते त्वामपश्यताम्। कुटिलकुण्टलं श्रीमुखं च ते जडौडिक्सतां पक्ष्मकृदृशाम्। पतिसुतान्वया भ्रातृबान्धवान् अतिविलङ्घ्यतेन्ति अच्युतागता। गतिविदस्तवोद् गीतमोहिता कितवयोषिता कस्तजेन्निशि। रहसि संविदं हृच्छयोदयं प्रहसिताननं प्रेमवीक्षणम् बृहदुराश्रियो वीक्ष्य धाम ते मुहुरतिस्पृहा मोहयते मना व्रजवनोकशां व्यक्तिरङ्गते व्रजिनहन्तरीयालं विश्वमङ्गलम् त्यजमनाक्षनस् त्वत्स्पृह्यात्मनां स्वजनहृद्रुजां यन्निषूदनम् So the last one is a little different. We'll do it later. But we go back to the first one. Jayati tedikam janmana vraja shriyata indira shashvadatrahi. दैतदृश्यतां दीक्षुतावकाश त्वयिदृता सवस त्वां विचिन्वते Thank you. That was wonderful. You did beyond my expectations. I thought it's a difficult one to follow. Okay, now we can discuss the meaning a little bit. But before we get into the meaning, I would like to ask you all a question. Is why do we come to the temple? Or you can ask, you can say for yourself, why do you come to the temple? We love Krishna. Any other reasons? One person at a time. To get the blessings, yes. Say again? Yes. Experience spiritual happiness. You raise your hand and say one by one. I can't hear 5 people at a time. One person, raise your hand and I'll point to you and then you can say, yes, Mata. Take darshan. Yes, thank you. For association, spiritual association, yes. Say again? To show devotion. How do you show devotion? By doing the rituals, yes. To serve, yes. I'm waiting for the answer I want, so as long as you don't give, I'll keep asking. Yes. Yeah. So he's saying that when you come to the temple, you can forget about anything outside and you can just relate to the spiritual realities. Anyone else? Yes, bro. Your duty. Yes. Find peace. Come on, give me some interesting reasons. Yes, bro. Linking, yes. But how do you link? How do you remember? By chanting, yes. That's what we were doing, right? You are getting close. Okay. Anyone else? Yes. Yes. Anyone else? Say again? To be in Krishna consciousness. Yes. Anyone else? Yes. To sing and dance. Yes. Anyone else? Yes. Blessings. Yes, Mata. How do you experience that transformation? What do you do to make that happen? Okay, thank you. Many reasons. Anyone else? Yes. Yes, to be seen. Come together, yes. Any other guesses? Okay, what did we do just now? We sang, but what did we sing? Yeah, it's a prayer. So we come to the temple for everything you said, but also to pray, right? It's a place where you can come and pray. Do you go any place and start praying? You go to a place like this, and that's where you pray. So this is actually a beautiful prayer. When someone said chanting, when you are chanting Hare Krishna, then there are different stages of chanting. First we start chanting, someone said for peace, right? We were experiencing lot of noise, so we won't experience peace, so we chant. Some people tell me their mind can't stop. So to stop the mind, to slow down the mind, to calm the mind, they chant. And different people chant for different reasons. But there are many special benedictions of chanting, especially of chanting Hare Krishna. Let's chant one time. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So these chanting names of Krishna and Hare, Radha Krishna, Hare Krishna, is very special, very powerful. And when we do that, then we can actually, we are already doing service. Someone said service. This is the greatest service, because people, devotees who are in very advanced consciousness, they just chant and they can experience the whole spiritual reality. They don't need to do anything else. There are like some personalities who have lived their whole life like this. They were just chanting all day and night. And the six Goswamis, it's said that they even like reduced their eating and sleeping, because they got so much more taste in chanting. They forgot, or many times they actually forgot they have to eat also, or they have to sleep. So I know, like, we don't want you to be staying up all night, but still, like, these are like advanced stages. So this prayer we were hearing is by the gopis, who are like the greatest devotees of Lord Krishna, and they are missing him. And when they are missing him, they start singing this song. And the meaning of this song, if we go through the meaning, it's all they are speaking about all the experiences they had with Krishna. They are appreciating his qualities and what makes them miss him so much. And then, not just this, what happened, what they started doing, they started acting like role plays. They started doing role plays. So how Krishna, like we see, one of the images was like Krishna was dancing on the snake. So they started acting these, or maybe this one. like Krishna lifted Govardhan hill in the Kartik month. This will be one of the festivals that will be coming, Govardhan Puja. So Krishna lifted this hill, and he protected all these devotees in Vrindavan from thunderstorm, from rain, from wind, so many things. And he just lifted this hill. It's described like he lifted on his pinky like an umbrella, and he gave shelter, and it went on for 1 week actually. So there is this place in Vrindavan in India. If someone hasn't been there, you can visit there. It's just going to this place, you can feel the peace of mind. You will naturally feel that peace of mind. You will naturally feel happiness. So many wonderful, you will naturally see devotion. You will be able to experience devotion just by visiting this place. And imagine how someone was saying to serve. If you do some service there, then the experience will be even more profound. So these are not just like for imagination, these are things to be experienced. So we can develop this state of consciousness. Someone mentioned about consciousness. So we can develop this advanced state of consciousness, Krishna consciousness, rendering service with pure love. Someone mentioned purity. Pure love. That we can attain these states just by chanting Hare Krishna. And not only that, if you want to go more deeper, then also we can sing prayers composed by great devotees. It is described in the Srimad Bhagavatam in Canto 7 in the pastime of Prahlad and Narsingadev. There it's described that if someone just hears these historical records of these pastimes of Krishna, just by hearing them, you can develop the same intensity of love for Krishna that these advanced devotees have, just by hearing about them, and also by chanting them. So this song, just by chanting this song, we can actually develop this state of advanced consciousness where we can actually experience that we are missing Krishna. We have so much love for Krishna. And then what will happen? Whoever you are missing in this world, you will forget about that. You will only think of Krishna. So there's a word of caution. If you don't want to forget someone, be careful when you sing this song. Okay, so let's get into the meaning a little bit. Jayati de te dhikam janmana vraja shweta indira shashvad atrahi daita drishyatam dikshutavakas tvaidrita savas tvam vichinvate. So in this, the gopis, they are saying that Jayati te dhikam, that Vraja, by the birth of Krishna, Vraja, the land of Vrindavan, it has become even more glorious. It was already glorious, but it became even more glorious by the birth of Krishna. Why? Shyat Indira Shashvadatraihi. All types of goddesses of fortune, they became present in this place. Why? Because Krishna took birth there. So, in the same way, when we are singing about Krishna, when we are chanting about Krishna, when we are hearing about Krishna, we can experience all these opulences of spiritual world. We can actually receive these spiritual opulences. I'm not lying actually, I'll tell you. Here there is on purpose I put one of the slides here. I hope I have it. Let's see if I can find this one. Okay, looks like I didn't put it. Anyway, so there is a story of Krishna when he was going to Mathura. There was a wrestling match organized there, and it was organized by King Kamsa, Krishna's uh, well wisher. He was always thinking well of Krishna his whole life. So he organized this wrestling match, and Krishna is like a child, Krishna and Balaram. And I think I have a picture of them. Probably I can open that. Here they are. So you can see they are young boys. And King Kamsa organized a wrestling match with like the greatest wrestlers of those times, and those are like maybe 2 or 3 times than these boys. And the plan was to kill them by the wrestling match, so the wrestlers could kill them. That was the plan. So on the way, when Krishna and Balaram they were going to Mathura, they stopped and they met with different kinds of persons. And then there was Sudama, the flower maker. He was making flower garlands like this. And of course, he was making those garlands for King Kamsa. But when Krishna and Balaram went there, he was so happy to see them. And he took that opportunity to serve them. He offered them the best garlands he made. And then what happened? Krishna told him, "You can ask whatever benediction you want. I am so pleased with your service attitude." So, what did he ask? Anyone knows about this story? Okay, so looks like you are not reading Krishna book. How many of you have Krishna book? Who has Krishna book? Yeah, I see a few hands. We should be reading Krishna book, especially in the month of Kartik. Because Krishna is the supreme person, is the person you can give all your love to. And you won't feel that you are not receiving anything back. You will actually experience you are receiving much more than what you could even imagine. And that's why these gopis are singing these prayers. In one of the prayer is, they are saying they even left their whole family to come and meet Krishna. Their children, their husbands, their parents, everyone, they left just to come and spend some time with Krishna, hear him play his flute, see him dance. So that's why they did it. So this Brahmana, what did he ask? Sudama, florist. There are few Sudamas in Krishna's pastime, so we should not mix them up. This is the florist who was making the flower garlands. He asked 3 things. Someone said association of devotees. He asked friendship with devotees. Another thing he asked is unalloyed, pure devotion for Krishna. And third thing he asked is compassion, kindness for all living entities. These are the 3 things he asked. So, I don't know what we would ask if we see Krishna. So watch out what you ask for, you will get it. You can get it. Sometimes he may not give, sometimes he chooses not to give. But generally, if he likes you, he will give whatever you ask. So what did Krishna respond? He said, all these, and in this life, you will live without any disturbance, without any disease, and you will have all the opulence you can imagine, even in this life. And after this life, you will go to the spiritual world. You will come back to me. So these are the effects of chanting these prayers, these songs. And like I was saying, they started to act these. They started to do role plays. One gopi would become like Krishna, another gopi would act like one of his friend, or different roles they would do. Sometimes they would act like they are taking the cows to the forest. One gopi will become a cow. Another gopi is herding the cow to the forest. So this is what they start doing. And they were like they they even forgot about Krishna doing all these things, but they could see, they could experience Krishna more because they were almost becoming like him. Someone said, become like him. So this is how they were almost becoming like Krishna because they are already acting like Krishna. So they become Krishnaized. So this is what this practice of devotion, practice of bhakti yoga is. And this is what it can do to you. Especially this song. I heard this song before coming to the US when I was in India for a short time. And in Kartik month in temples, they sing it. Actually, every night they sing. And they dim the lights and they are singing these songs and you are looking at the deities and it's like so absorbing. And devotees, especially those who have a very good voice, they sing nicely with musical instruments. It's like, becomes like you are in a spaceship. You are like flying in a spaceship going to Golok Vrindavan, going to Krishna Loka to be with Krishna. It's a very beautiful song. We cannot cover the whole meaning, but I will cover 2-3 texts. This was one of them. So yeah, in last verse of Bhagavad Gita, anyone knows the last verse of Bhagavad Gita? I'm asking the last verse of the Bhagavad Gita, chapter 18, text 78. Yatra Yogeshwara Krishno Tatra Partho Dhanurdhara Tatra Shriya Vijaya Bhutir Dhruva Nitir Matir Mama. So, Yatra Yogeshwara Krishno, wherever there is Krishna, who is there? Dhanurdhara, Arjuna. Wherever there is Krishna and Arjuna, so Arjuna is representing the devotees. Wherever there is Krishna and his devotees, what happens? Tatra Shrir, Shri, the goddess of fortune, she is there already, if these two things are there. And then what else comes there? Tatra Shrir Vijaya, there is victory. Bhutir, there is all kinds of opulences. Tatra Shrir Vijaya Bhutir Dhruva Nitir, Dhruva and Nitir, there is morality. Already there is all kinds of good values existing there. Nitir, Matir Mama, this is what Krishna is saying, personally is saying, that wherever there is Krishna present and there is his devotees, all these things naturally become present there. They naturally exist. So when we actually become devotees, then we also can experience, we can receive these things, all these opulences. Because even if we take an ordinary example, you can see Srila Prabhupada gives example of king's servants. They make such a big banquet for the king. How much the king eats? He doesn't eat the whole banquet. So the servants, they get to eat the same food that the king eats. Because once the king eats, the servants, they take everything else. So in the same way, all these opulences, Krishna wants to share with his devotees. But he shares when we become devotees. So we have to become devotees first. We have to develop this love and devotion for Krishna, like someone mentioned, devotion. When we develop that, then we experience all these amazing realities that we cannot even imagine. And then naturally we forget all our anxieties, all our stresses, all our pains, all the noise that is bothering us. We forget all those because there is no space in the mind for those things to exist. Because there is only memories of Krishna, experiences of Krishna. So in this way, so what we have to do, make this your goal to learn this song now. And every day in the month of Kartik, sing this song. Even if you don't know how to play the instruments, I didn't play any instruments, but we were singing, it was fine. No one ran away. So you can even do it by yourself. Record yourself and listen to yourself. And that way, why I'm saying this is it becomes easy to learn the song. If you record and listen to yourself, it will become very easy to learn it. And one more verse I want to cover, and then we will finish, because they start serving food at 1:30. So yes. Where is this? Yes, this is the verse. So this is text 9 in this chapter. This is the chapter 31 in Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 10. This is text 9. It's a very famous text. Tava kathamritam tapta jivanam kavibhiriditam kalmishapaham Shavana mangalam Srimadattatam bhuvigranantiye bhurida jana. This verse in the purport, Srila Prabhupada explains that during the festival of Rath Yatra, Jagannath Rath Yatra in Jagannath Puri, that time the king of Puri, King Pratap Rudra, he sang these prayers. He sang this song to Lord Chaitanya, who is Krishna, who come as a devotee to show how to practice bhakti in this age. So this king, he disguised him, he took his clothes of a king and he disguised him as a ordinary devotee, and he went and he started singing this song when Lord Chaitanya was taking a little break in the Rath Yatra. And that time when he started singing this verse, Tava kathamritam tapta jivanam kavibhiriditam kalmishapaham, then what happened? Lord Chaitanya, he was, relaxing, taking a little break. He, like instantly, he stood up and he embraced this king. And what did he do? He said this, Bhurida, Bhurida. Bhurida means who is very fortunate. He said, you are very fortunate. You sing this wonderful prayer to me. And Lord Chaitanya, he became ecstatic hearing this. Why? The meaning of this song, Tava kathamritam tapta jivanam. So people who are going through different difficulties, different anxieties in their life in this world, this talks about Krishna, Krishna Katha, hearing about Krishna, his pastimes, his devotees, chanting about Krishna. That's like Amrita, that's like a nectar for them. That's like ambrosia for them. When they hear it, what happens? Kavibhir iditam kalmashapaham. Kalmasha, all varieties of anxieties, distresses, they completely go away just by engaging in this activity of hearing about Krishna. That's how powerful these are. And then what it does, just not that, that's actually a side effect of engaging in these activities. But what are the actual effects? Here we go. Shravana mangalam Srimadattatam. When we are hearing this, it creates all auspiciousness. It creates all kinds of auspiciousness. Srimad Atatam, and it bestows all kinds of benedictions. Someone was saying blessings. All kinds of benedictions, opulences are bestowed just by engaging in hearing talks about Krishna and chanting names of Krishna, singing songs about Krishna. So it's almost time, we will stop here. But if anyone has like anything they want to say or ask a question or make a comment, or you had some experience singing this song or some prayer like this, you can share. We have a couple of minutes. No one? Okay. So I guess you are very hungry. Let you go and take lunch. Thank you very much. Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Hare Krishna.